Hello students, in last video we discussed about introduction to thermodynamics. Now let us go further in the topics. Now first we should be very careful with our thermodynamic terms. Okay, once you want to learn the thermodynamics, you should be very careful with the what are the terms we are going to learn in the thermodynamics. Now these are the terms very important. You should be very clear with the each term. Now let us discuss. First term we have what? System. System is what? Any portion of universe under observation is called system. Okay, first let us come to know. Here we have the universe. Okay, universe means it is a what? The system and surrounding together is called as a what? Universe. Okay, so universe means it is a system plus surrounding together called as a what? Universe. Now system is what? Any portion of universe. Okay, under observation is called system. Now let us, what is that one? Okay, I will go for the example. For example, we have the, in a class we have the 4 students is there. Okay, so now what I am going to do here, this is a total classroom, this is total in the classroom. Okay, we have the 4 students. So what I am doing, I am going to focus on this particular student. Okay, so this student for me what? System. This student for me what? System means which is under my observation. Okay, so this now this fellow for me was system. Why? Because means I am focusing on this fellow only. So for me now this is system, and remaining other than that is called as a what? Surrounding. Now remaining other than is called as a what? Surrounding. Okay, so which is under observation is called as a system. Remaining are called as a what? Surrounding. Now there is a imaginary boundary between the system and surrounding. Means what? For example, I am here in the classroom, I am assuming this is a boundary for this fellow. Okay, so this is called as a what? Boundary, some imaginary line. Okay, boundary means what? One imaginary line which is you can get between the what? System and surrounding. Okay, so simple. I am assuming one classroom, we have in classroom we have 4 students. I am going to focus on this fellow. So which is under observation is called as a system. Other than system, whatever that may be, we will call as a what? Surrounding. Okay, so there is an imaginary line here. Yeah, I am going to assume, okay, this particular area only I am going to observe. Okay, there is an imaginary line between the system and surrounding, that is called as a what? Boundary. Okay, now let us see the definitions one by one. Now here what we have? Any portion of universe, okay, under observation is called system. So whatever that observation is there, that particular observation we call as a what? Whatever we have the portion, that portion under observation we call as a what? System. Next, surrounding what? Remaining portion of the universe is called surrounding. Already we discussed. Other than system, whatever that remaining portion we call as a what? Surrounding. Now universe means what? The combination of, it is a system plus surrounding. Okay, next, what is the boundary means? The real or imaginary, that may be sometime real or imaginary. Real, I will go with the examples. Okay, the real or imaginary surface which separates system and surrounding is called boundary. Means you are taking the one line, okay, or imaginary surface that is going to what? Is going to separate the system and surrounding. Here, so what I am assuming, this is my imaginary surface. Okay, what is this surface going to separate the system and surrounding? So this is called as a what? Boundary. Now here we have the depending upon the nature of boundary. Here, depending upon the nature of boundary, systems are classified into 3 types. Okay, so what is the system we came to know? What is the boundary? Now based on the nature of boundary, okay, we have the 3 types of systems. Okay, first one, what we have? Open system. Okay, open system, closed system, isolated system. We have 3 types. First, open system means what? In this system, both matter and energy are exchanged between system and surrounding. Okay, for example, boiling of a liquid in open vessel. What is the meaning of this one? Okay, let us see here. Here we have the open system. Okay, open system, what happened here? I am taking the boiling of water in the what? Here what we have example, boiling of a liquid in an open vessel means the vessel is not closed. Here if you see, I took one vessel. Okay, there is no lid on this. Okay, this is open. Now whatever the here we have the liquid, this is my under observation. So it is, I will call as a system. Okay, other than that, what total I will call? Surrounding. Now if you see, for the we are taking one vessel, in that we have some vessel means we have some boundaries there. So this is what called, this is what we imaginary surface. One surface is there, it is not imaginary, we have the true surface. So this surface is called as a what? Boundary. So This is a boundary, this is a system. Other than that, we will call as our surrounding. Now what happened? There is a exchange of what? Energy and matter. Both will be there. Okay. If exchange of energy and matter both will there, that is called as a open system. For example, if you take the what we have example, boiling of liquid in a open vessel. Okay. So if you have the liquid, what happened? Continue if you boil. For example, water is there. Okay. If you continue boil, what happens? Few waters will be goes to a surrounding. So what happened? There is a exchange of matter. Along with what happened? There will be exchange of temperature also. Why? Because means going to the temperature. If for example, if you keep the water as such for 1 hour after boiling, so what happened? It will be cooled down. Okay. So you can come to know there is exchange of energy also. Okay. Then only what you can come to know the temperature is decreasing means what? That whatever the temperature is lost by the that water is gained by the what? Surrounding. So energy exchange also happen. So when a system there is a exchange of energy and matter, that type of system is called as a what? Open system. Next second what we have? Second we have the closed system. Closed system means what? In this system energy is exchanged between the system and surrounding but not the matter. Okay. Here what happen? If you see, here we have the closed vessel. There is a exchange of energy but not the matter, means matter does not going to be. See here also, see this is liquid under my observation, so this is my system and surrounding is a remaining is we call as a surrounding, and this surface is called as a what? Boundary. Now if you see the example, boiling of liquid in closed vessel. Now if you what you are doing, now here keeping the in a vessel is what? Closed. Here in case of open system the vessel is open, but here closed system what happened? We are going to close the vessel. So what happened? For example, same boiling the water. Okay. So if you keep the lid, what are the water vapors are coming? They will be come down. Okay. So there is no chance of escape of matter. But if you see the energy here, if you after boiling whatever we have the boiling vessel, okay, if you keep in the environment, after some time what happened? There is a loss in energy. So there is you can come to know there is exchange of energies there but not the matter. So here that type of system is called as a what? Closed system. Next come to isolated system. Here we have the third one is what? We have the isolated system. What is the meaning of isolated system? Means here if you see in this isolated system there is no exchange of matter and energy between the system and surrounding. Here if you see this type of isolated vessel, what happened? There is neither exchange of energy nor matter. Okay. So this is you are making that is bounded with the insulating wall. Means there is, for example, what we have hard liquid in a thermoflask. You know very well. For example, thermoflask generally we use for the what? Tea and coffee, milk, whatever that may be. So if you see in that there is no escape of what? Tea and coffee, milk. Okay. The quantity whatever that may be, it will be as such. If you see the now temperature, what happened? If you see the heat will be as such. Okay. Because of that reason only we are going to use a thermoflask. So that type of systems are called as a what? Isolated system. Okay. Next we have the state of a system. What is the meaning of state of a system? Okay. When all the thermodynamic properties are fixed, then the system is said to be in the state. What is the meaning of that one? Okay. Here we have the thermodynamic properties like temperature, pressure. Okay. What are the thermodynamic properties? Next I will discuss. Okay. So as I told you, how to see all the total video continuously, then only you can understand that some few terminology, otherwise it's difficult to understand. So here, so state of system means what? If you, for example, we have one system. Okay. For example, I am taking one, here I am taking the one beaker. Okay. In that we have some gas, whatever that may be, for this temperature, pressure and number of moles fixed. Okay. So these are the thermodynamic properties. For example, boiling point, okay, and freezing point, whatever that may be, some few properties are fixed. Then the system is called as a what? When all the thermodynamic properties are fixed, then the system is said to be in a state. Okay, that is called as a what? In a state means it have one state. By changing one or more properties, state of the system is changed. So what happened already here? What I told here, the temperature, pressure, boiling point you already fixed. Anyone if you change, what happened? The state is going to be changed. Okay. The first and last states of a system are called initial and final state. For example, okay, for example, in this beaker, if you take the liquid, for this temperature T1, for example, we have the 100 Kelvin. Okay, Then what I did, temperature T2 I become then I changed to 200 Kelvin. Okay, so if you see here, this state, final state, this state is called as a what? Initial state. This is called as initial state, and this is called as a what? Final state. Okay, so what are the states are there? We will call as our initial state, final state. The first and last state of system are called as the initial and final states. Now let us discuss here next what we have state functions. Okay, now state function, the function in which change in property depend upon initial and final states of the system only, and it is independent of path how the final state is obtained from the initial state is called what? State functions. Okay, before going to this definition clearly, I will go for the examples. We have the volume, temperature, pressure, density, internal energy, enthalpy, okay, entropy, Gibbs free energy. Okay, these we are going to discuss about the internal energy, enthalpy, entropy, Gibbs free energy detailed in the next videos. Okay, so here now just now don't focus on these things. I will go for the example. For example, volume we have. Okay, for example, for this beaker, we have one gas in this beaker. Okay, for example, here we have the volume, for example 200 ml is there. Okay, then after that V2 means I am taking the final 400 ml. Okay, so this volume, here we have the 400 ml final. This is my initial volume, this is initial state, this is my final state. Okay, now volume initially how much we have? 200 ml. Then V2 how much? 400 ml. This volume you may increase it by what? Piston, by pulling down, or whatever that may be. Okay, I am not concerned with the path how you are doing, just I am focusing on what is the initial state, final state. Okay, means it is independent on the path. For example, for this system only. Okay, why I am calling system? By because mean this is under my observation. Now for this system, for example, temperature I have the 100 Kelvin. Okay, once if I raise the temperature T2 200 Kelvin. Okay, 200 Kelvin. Think about, first we have the 100 Kelvin, next after that we have the 200 Kelvin. Now this temperature is raised. Okay, you may went for the heating directly with the burner, or you may use some heater for this one. Whatever that may be path, we are not concerned with the path. Just I am focusing the what is the initial state. Okay, this is called for initial temperature, we call initial state, and what is the final. Okay, means it is independent on the path. That type of functions are called as a what? State functions. Okay, so volume, temperature, pressure, density examples are very important. Okay, internal energy, that we have the symbol as a delta E. Enthalpy, we have the symbol what? Delta H. Entropy means delta S. Gibbs free energy means delta G. Okay, we are going to learn the change. All these are change in. Okay, next come to we have the path functions. Now path function is what? The function in which the change in property is depend upon the path how the final state is obtained from the initial state is called path functions. Now let us see the examples. I will go for the example for work. Examples for the path function what we have? Work and heat. Okay, for example, okay, for example we have one fellow. Okay, one fellow is there. Okay, he has to reach the home. Okay, for that he has to do some work. Okay, he may reach the directly. Okay, this is the work. Okay, for this he went like this, second path. Okay, next he went to in this way, third path. Okay, so what happened? For this he is going to do some work. Okay, so it depends on the what? This W depends on what? Depends on the path. For example, directly going, he has some energy. For example, W1 some work X he has done. For this he has done Y work. For this he has done Z work. Okay, so here what? Here work depends on what? Path, means how we are going to done, how he went to home. It depends on the what? Path. These are the called as a path function. State function means what? Here already we discussed, it does not depends on the what? Path. It depends on the only initial final state only. So path functions mean depends on the path. Okay, so examples what we have? Work and heat. Okay, so work and heat are the path functions. Here volume, temperature, pressure, density, internal energy, enthalpy, entropy, Gibbs free energy are the what? State functions. Now let us see example, state of the system. Just now we told, if you pressure value, for example we have the breaker in the some amount of gas, liquid, whatever that is there. If you here pressure, volume, temperature is fixed, that is called as what? State of the system. Next here we can describe the state of the gas. Already we told, we done the problems like some gases having the pressure, some volume, some value and temperature. Okay, so you can describe the gas by quoting the, means you can tell the properties what pressure, volume, temperature. Next here we have what thermodynamic properties. Okay, let us see the thermodynamic properties. So here what are thermodynamic properties? We have the two types here, extensive properties and intensive properties. Now first let us discuss what are thermodynamic properties means what. Okay, the physical quantities, I am talking about the physical quantities, means we have some values. Okay, the physical quantities whose values define a system completely are called thermodynamic properties. Means here for example, just if you see, already we have one beaker is there. Okay, so one beaker is there for example. Okay, this is my system. Why? Because means is my under observation. This is my system. It is under my observation, so it's called as a system. So for you are going to discuss pressure. Some we have the some x. Okay, temperature we have some 200 Kelvin, like that you are going to discuss all the things. So here, so what happened? Pressure we have some, for example, 2 bar. Okay, here what we have, some physical quantity values are there. Here we have some quantity. Okay, physical quantities, the physical quantities whose values define a system completely, means with this value you can tell. Okay, what is the state of system. Okay, this having the pressure, this much temperature, you are going to describe the system completely. Okay, that properties are called as a what? Thermodynamic properties. Okay, the physical quantities means we are discussing what? We have some physical quantities, like we have the 2 bar pressure, temperature 200 Kelvin. Some we have some physical quantities, you are telling about the quantities. Okay, that value define the what? System completely are called thermodynamic properties. Now thermodynamic properties are classified into two types. Okay, one is what? Extensive properties, means what? Mass dependent properties are called extensive properties. For example, what is the meaning of that? I will go for the example. Mass dependent properties means what? For example, we have the mass, length, area, volume, number of moles, heat capacity, enthalpy, internal energy, entropy, gives free energy. For example, I will go for the example. For example, we have one cube. Okay, for example, assume this, we have the one cube. Okay, this cube weight assume 100 grams. Okay, next if you take the another cube, think about that one, we have the 200 grams. Means what? Here the mass is dependent, it is what? It's dependent on the mass. Okay, next if you see here length, for example, this cube length is 1 centimeter, assume this one. Here if you see, this may be 2 centimeters. Means it what? Depend on mass. If mass increases one, the length is going to be increases. For example, next we have what? We have area. For example, this cube we have the area, for example, one some cubic centimeter we have. Okay, for this you may have 3 cubic centimeter. Means what? Depends on mass. So once the mass is going to change, means these values are going to be changed. Means depends on what? Mass. So the mass dependent properties are called as our extensive properties. Okay, these are the examples you have to learn, important for the what exams. Next what we have, along with the examples, intensive properties. Here what? Mass independent. Okay, so extensive properties are dependent, intensive properties what? Independent. Mass independent properties are called what? Intensive properties. For example, we have the temperature, density, pressure, molar heat capacity. What is that? We will discuss. Means heat capacity divided with the number of moles. Molar value means simply if volume is divided with the number of moles, you are going to get the what? Molar volume. Specific heat capacity means heat capacity, if you divide with the mass, you are going to get the what? Specific heat capacity. Next we have the boiling point, melting point, freezing point. Now what is the meaning of that one? For example, you know very well boiling point of water what? 100 degrees Celsius, isn't it? Okay, boiling point of water, how much we have? 100 degrees Celsius. This 100 degrees Celsius you may take for the 1 liter. Okay, you may take 2 liters, or if you take whatever the quantity you are taking, when whatever you are taking, simply you are telling the one boiling point of water what? 100 degrees Celsius. Are you going to change? No. Means what? It is independent on what? Mass. Okay, means whatever the value is there, boiling point of water means you are telling the 100 degrees Celsius, whatever quantity you are taking, either you take the 1 liter, 2 liters or 100 liters, whatever quantity you are taking, but telling the what? Boiling point of water 100 degrees Celsius, means it is independent of what? Mass. Next if you take the freezing point of water about 0 degrees Celsius, means what? If you are taking the 1 liter, 2 liters or 3 liters, whatever that may be, what are simply you are telling what is the freezing point of water means, simply you are telling the what, 0 degrees Celsius means what, independent on the mass. Such type of properties are called as what, intensive properties. Okay, examples you have to remember. Next, if you see here, okay, for example, next here I am taking the one box. Okay, here if you say for example in this box, okay, this have the volume, some we have volume and temperature is there. Okay, in this box I am going to maintain the some volume and temperature is there. Okay, this some volume is there, temperature is there. Now what I am doing, I am keeping some one partition in this. Okay, I am making the two parts in this box. So what happened here, temperature will be constant, isn't it? It does not going to change, but volume what happens is become V by 2, V by 2 means what, it is going to become half, means T is the constant, it is a intensive property, means independent on the mass, whatever that may be here, it is a constant on both the side. But what happened, V become V by 2, means not a constant. So it is what, extensive properties, means it is a what, it is a depend on the mass. Okay, so T is a intensive property, why, because means independent on the mass, it is a what, volume is a depend on the mass. Next we have the what, thermodynamic processes. Mean what's the thermodynamic process means what, operation that bring change in a state of system is called thermodynamic processes. Means what, again for example already we discussed, here we have one beaker, temperature, pressure, some we have fixed value. What you are doing, you are going to do some operation, means you are going to do some changes, that type of called as a what, thermodynamic processes. Means you are doing some work or something operation, what happened, that brings change in the state of the system is called thermodynamic processes. Now let us see the what are the how many types of process we have. Here we have the isothermal process. First one what, isothermal process. Already we discussed, iso means what, there is a same temperature. Here the process is carried out at constant temperature. Already we discussed in case of what, Boyle's law. Okay, so the process carried at constant temperature is called as a what, isothermal process. In this case what happened, change in temperature is what, 0. I am talking about the what, change in temperature, not the temperature. Delta T means what the change is going to be change is 0. So change in temperature is 0 but not the temperature. Okay, so in the isothermal process, internal enthalpy and internal energy also 0. How it is going to be 0 I will discuss later. Next we have the adiabatic process, means process in which there is a no heat exchange. Okay, no heat exchange with the surrounding, means change in heat is 0. That we have the symbol what, delta Q, or you can go for the small q also. So delta Q equal to 0. Okay, so delta T 0 means isothermal process, delta Q 0 means what, indicate what, adiabatic process, means there is a no exchange of heat. Isobaric process means what, process carried out at constant pressure, means delta P, change in pressure is 0. Okay, not the pressure, change in, I am talking about the delta, means change in pressure is 0. Next isochoric process means process carried out at constant volume, means change in volume is 0, not the value. Okay, not the volume, only V is not the 0. I am talking about the change. So isothermal means delta T 0, change. Okay, adiabatic means delta Q 0, isobaric means delta P 0, isochoric means what, at constant value nothing but delta V 0. Already these terms we came across in the one, Boyle's law, Charles law and Avogadro law. Okay, next another process what we have, cyclic process. Okay, cyclic process means what, when a system returns to its original state after completing a series of change, then it is known that the cycle is completed. Such process is called cyclic process. Example we have Carnot cycle. Okay, what is the meaning of that one? Okay, let us see. For example, we have one system. System means what, which is under observation. For this, for example, I have a system. For this what happened, initial value we have 200 ml. Okay, so then I went for the expansion. Expansion means what, there is a increase in volume, it went to 400 ml. Then again I went for the compression. So what happened, that compression means volume going to be decreases, it came to 300 ml, assume that one. After that again I went for the expansion. So expansion, then what happened, there is an increase in volume. So there again, now what happened, volume is how much here, we have the volume before how much, 400 ml. Again I went for the compression. So finally what you got, 200 ml, means whatever that may be cyclic, again you come to what, again in the initial state. Okay, that process called as a what, cyclic process. So what here, when a system returns to its original state, means what happened, finally how much volume we have, 200 ml. After again total operation we came to up to what, 200 ml only. So state after completing a series of changes. Here we done a series of changes. First we went for the expansion, then compression, again expansion, then compression. then it is known that the cycle is completed. Now that here what happened, we are assuming the cycle is completed. This type of process called as a what? Cyclic process. Example, we have Carnot cycle. We don't have detail about that one, that you will learn in the physics in details. Okay. Next we have reversible and irreversible process. Name itself indicates some reversible is there, some irreversible. Now let us discuss. A process or change is said to be reversible if a change is brought out in such a way that the process could at any moment be reversed by small changes. Okay, infinitesimally means what? Small changes. What is that I will go for example. A reversible process proceeds infinitely slowly by a series of equilibrium states such that the system and the surrounding are always in nearly equilibrium with each other. Next, process other than reversible process are known as irreversible process. Now let us see example here. Note we have all natural processes are irreversible. Okay. For example, if you see here, I am taking the one here. I am taking the one vessel, in that we have the gas. Okay. This is a piston. Assume this is a piston. With that piston, I am going for the compression. Okay. If I go for the compression, the gas temperature I am assuming as a initial T1 and pressure P1, volume as a V1. Okay. Then if I go for next stage here, what I am going for the expansion, means I pull the piston up. So the temperature is what? T2, P2, V2. Okay. Then again if you go for the down, what happened? There is a change in temperature, pressure P1, means I can bring again this temperature, pressure again. Okay. So this reaction I will go for the what? Reverse. So we can do in the small steps. Okay. Again you are getting the small step. Again this condition I can bring get back. So this type of reactions are called as what? Reversible reaction. I mean, with the small steps you can do again you can bring in the same state by using the what? In the small steps. Okay, this type of reactions are called as what? Reversible reactions. Now if you go for the irreversible, for example, burning of wood. If you go for the burn the wood, okay, you know very well, once the wood is burned, you can't get again back wood. Okay, so it is example for one irreversible process. So for reversible process you can do reversible any time. Okay, and in that time you are assuming was there is a equilibrium is there. Okay, means this is converted into here, this is converted into this, so there will be equilibrium. But in case of irreversible process we can't do. This is a irreversible example. Best example means burning of wood, already we discussed. Okay, so irreversible, reversible, just you can come to know that what is the word exactly. Okay, next here reversible process means follows reversible path, means every time we can reverse that one. For irreversible what happened? Follows irreversible path, means we can't do reverse. Take infinite time. Here for doing the reversible process, again you are piston or pulling down, and again you are making some pressure, means you are making the so many times. Here what? Take limited time. Once here if you see the irreversible process is going to take the limited time. It is a irreversible process we are assuming as what? Imaginary process. Here this is a irreversible process or what? Natural process. Here system is always in equilibrium. If it is equilibrium only, then you can go for the reverse. If it's not equilibrium, we can't do. Okay. Equilibrium exists only in the beginning and at the end. Here you can assume that some few examples are there. You can assume that equilibrium is going to exist at the what? Beginning and end. Okay. Here work is obtained maximum. Why? Because means again you are doing the what? Pulling, and you are making the piston some compression, and you again expansion, means there is a maximum work done in the reversible process. If you see in the reversible process, there is a work obtained is not the maximum, because once is for example burning of wood, once you done means it's over. Okay, so here maximum work done is not done here, but in case of reversible process we can do the maximum work. Okay, next we have the adiabatic system, means what? Already we discussed adiabatic process means there is no change of heat. If you take any system observation, that is called as what? Adiabatic system. Now system that would not allow exchange of heat between the system and surrounding through its boundary is called adiabatic, and wall separating the system and the surrounding is called adiabatic wall. Okay, here already we discussed. So here for example I have my system. Okay, system means what? Which is under my observation. So if you take here for this wall, there is no exchange of heat. Okay, there is no exchange of heat. Such type of system is called as a what? Adiabatic system. Okay, and this wall, the boundary surface is called as a what? Adiabatic wall. Adiabatic wall. Okay, next adiabatic process is a process in which there is no transfer of heat between the system and surrounding. Already we discussed this one. Okay, So this is about the word. We have the terms in the word thermodynamics. Next again terms we have the internal energy, and that I will make another video.